Quebec City, Bob Arum. Good memories of Canada and Quebec?
Yeah, I love Canada. Indeed, the origin of my boxing career is in Canada, in Toronto, in 1966.
Because you had to bring Ali here.
Right, and if it wasn't for Harold Ballard, who was the owned the Maple Leaf Gardens, there wouldn't be a Bob Arum in boxing.
Wow.
He saved us by giving us a home for a fight for Ali, which turned out to be the Ali Chuvalo fight. So obviously, I have great warm feelings for Canada, and I've done fights here in Quebec, in all the provinces of Canada, and it's a great country.
Did he take a risk at the time, giving you permission to do that fight here then with Chuvalo and Ali?
You can't understand, Garrett, how what the circumstances were that we couldn't get a venue in the United States because of this draft business. That I went to Montreal and signed a contract with the Forum, and then they put pressure on the mayor, and so.
Did it become quite a political situation then at the time?
It became completely political. And when Harold Ballard called me and said, "You come to Toronto, we'll do Ali's fight in Maple Leaf Gardens," I came, and Harold Ballard had a partner, Connie Smythe, who was a big hockey guy. And Smythe said, "I don't want that draft dodger in the building." And Ballard and he had an argument, and Ballard had to raise enough money to buy out Connie Smythe from his half interest in order to get the fight on. And then the Ontario Parliament got involved, and we finally won a vote in the Parliament by one vote.
What a story!
The fight, yeah.
What a story!
It's hard to believe, looking back, that something like that could happen. And then Terrell pulls out, and Chuvalo comes in. Anyway, it was the first fight that I ever did.
57 years ago.
Yeah, yes,
Wow.
yes, 66, March 66.
Can you remember at the time? It must have been a sellout. I bet you couldn't get a ticket for love nor money. Was Ali popular up here then?
They
loved him,
beloved, yeah. But again, that I have a program in my house from that fight. The programs that they sell. They sell program for 25 cents Canadian. So I think many of the seats were for $2 and $3. It was a different time.
What do you remember from the fight itself that day? I mean, it must have been very exciting that you were promoting Ali for the first time.
I was humiliated because the morning of the fight, the manager and the managers of Chuvalo had me have breakfast with them, and they asked me how George Chuvalo could beat Ali. And remember, I had never even seen a fight. And so I looked at them like they were crazy. So the wise guy that I am, even then, I said to them, the only way that George can beat Ali is to hit him in the balls and keep hitting him in the balls. Watch the film of that fight. Ali took so many shots below the belt that after the 15 rounds was over, which Ali clearly won the fight, after the 15 rounds were over, they had to carry Ali from the ring to the dressing room because he couldn't walk because of all the low blows. So I was mortified because in my mind I had, which is true, I had caused all this pain for Ali.
Does it amaze you looking back on that now? Is it was it a baptism of fire for you in many ways, or
Yeah,
because it's a very complex story for your first ever boxing
Well,
promotion?
people say to me, you know, "I- was this your toughest promotion? You know, as the years went by, was that your toughest promotion?" And I said, no, my toughest promotion was my first fight because nothing could be tougher than that.